generations, driving across the bridge to Kittery wasn't complete without a stop at Warren's for lobster and a trip to the famous Salad Bar. The iconic waterfront restaurant opened its doors in 1940. From a small lobster shack to a Seacoast institution, Warren's had served as the setting for countless celebrations and family memories before it closed in January of 2024.
I love to talk to the customers and hear their stories. I have one customer that, they came here in 1957 for their prom.
Kathleen and Paul Romano are the new owners of Warren's Seafood and More.
And so what I did was I built the business around the salad bar. It works. Why would I fix something that's not broken?
That's Salad Bar. Kathleen updated the menu, keeping some signature dishes. But when she considered eliminating the large salad bar, it seemed everyone had an opinion.
When I was going to take out the salad bar, they were up in arms. That only lasted, again, 4 days. I listened to people. I have humility. So then when I decided to keep the salad bar, everybody was thrilled. We're a seafood restaurant, but I have it down to one page of American favorites. And a lot of them are just favorites among New Englanders and tourists. They come to Maine for lobster, so lobster's our number one.
Lobster roll with a sweet potato fries.
If lobster's number one, then Warren's longtime pumpkin bread is a close second.
We put a topping on top of it. It comes with like an oat brown sugar.
Baker John Rapucci brings his own flair to the baked goods at Warren's.
Accompanies the salad very well when you're having salad.
A window seat at the Lobster Trap Lounge offers some lovely waterfront views, and outside, it's Key West vibes.
This is my prize. This is the tiki bar. This was my idea. I really wanted it. And this is like an escape after a long day at work. You can come and be in Key West.
The Tiki Bar hosts live bands on weekends. The outdoor deck is perched under the Memorial Bridge, and soon outdoor docks will allow boaters to dock and dine.
This is a happy place for a lot of people.
There are also comedy nights, painting nights, and extreme bingo. New traditions blended with the old, which suits Al Franklin, who has been coming here for over 45 years.
I was so glad when Kathleen bought the place and I came here and I walked around and saw the salad bar and I thought, oh, good, I think it'll be open again.
Kathleen and Paul both served in the Army. Kathleen feels a special connection to the Naval Shipyard, and she even has a table for POWs and those missing in action.
We're here to support the base. We're both veterans. We want veterans, government workers, first responders to be here.
Blending new energy with longtime traditions, patrons hope Warren's Seafood and More and its salad bar will be around for another 85 years.
Stepping up, woman.
Along the Piscataqua River, there's a restaurant that stands over the water. The Old Ferry Landing is part of the landscape. Much like the Moran tugboats, it overlooks.
It was built in 1880. In 1923, they built a memorial bridge. So in between 1880 and 1923, the only way to get to Kittery and to the shipyard was by the ferry. So this was the ferry depot.
The Old Ferry Landing is a seasonal destination that draws locals and tourists alike. When it opens every spring, it signals the unofficial beginning of summer on the decks. Jack Blaylock started working at the ferry landing in college when his dad bought it.
My father and I started together, as you know, in 1975 is when we opened.
Now, 51 years later, Jack has turned over the reins to his daughter, Jackie.
I don't remember a time where I haven't come to the ferry landing. I think I was actually on the schedule probably when I was 8 years old. Yeah. And actually bussing tables, running food, hostessing, but I've always been here.
Jackie teaches high school math and is mom to 3 little ones, but she can't imagine taking a summer off. she knows how much the Ferry Landing means to Portsmouth.
I think it's what people think of when they think of the charm that Portsmouth has, its unique qualities, its unique characteristics.
The Ferry Landing continues to feature fresh New England seafood and daily specials, but Jackie has expanded the appetizer menu.
And people always come in and ask if we have steamers. And so we decided to make it happen this year. And it's been a hit. They're really delicious, yeah.
What are we making? We're making the world famous Jimmy Juice here.
And what would be an afternoon on the deck without trying the Ferry Landing's signature elixir, created by Jack's brother, Jimmy Blaylock.
Some kinds of rum, pineapple juice and orange juice, a little bit of cranberry juice, topped with more rum.
Jackie's brother Rich also grew up working here.
I love it. It's love to see her take charge. She's smart, awesome sister. Very happy to keep it in the family.
As a new chapter begins at the Ferry Landing, Jackie's young daughter is already learning the ropes from her mom. The Blaylock family hopes she will become the fourth generation to carry on this Seacoast tradition.